Our story today is about two girls, Ilani and Dora. Dora was a corporate girl who loved her job. She always delivered on time and was great with customers. She did her work exceptionally well in her line of duty. Dora interacted with many people every day, and she never minded it because it was always professional. A customer would come in, they would talk, laugh, and at the end of the day, everything remained professional. However, there was this specific man who used to come to the office, and Dora would always serve him. Whenever he was done, he would buy Dora lunch. Even though she would politely decline, he would insist, and to avoid sounding rude, she would eventually accept. This man kept coming again and again, always acting busy. One day, the man asked Dora out. Dora said she wasn't sure if it was ethical because he was a client and she didn't mix her work life with her personal life. However, after a lot of persuasion, she eventually agreed. This man was really rich, very, very rich. After work, Dora would go home, change, and meet him for dinner. Eventually, these dinner dates became regular. They only went to classy, high-end restaurants. She never went to the man's place. Dora didn't mind this. She even felt secure, thinking that even if she quit her job, she would still be drowning in money. Sometimes, the man would send flowers to her office or randomly send her large amounts of money. Over time, Dora started falling deeply for him. He was a good communicator, a good listener, always on time, and he kept his promises. He ticked all her boxes. Apart from dinner dates, they went partying a lot. The man always took care of Dora. Even when she got drunk, she would always find herself home safely. If other women in the club tried to approach him, he would brush them off. Dora felt very safe with him. One day, while they were out partying, the man told Dora that he wanted to see her extremely drunk so he could see how she acted, her wild side and her calm side. Dora agreed. At the club, she started taking shot after shot until she eventually blacked out. She was so drunk that if you asked her name, she wouldn't even be able to answer. Dora was completely gone. Usually, the man took care of her when she was drunk, but this night was different because Dora was extremely intoxicated. The man took her home and laid her on the bed. When Dora woke up the next morning, she found blood on the floor. There was no blood on her hands or anywhere else on her body. She tried to look for the man and also tried to remember what had happened the previous night, but she couldn't recall anything. She went to get herself a glass of water, but when she touched the glass, she felt pain in her palms. She checked her hands and found upside-down crosses drawn into her skin. The strange thing about these wounds was that they had already healed, but the pain was still deep inside. Dora tried to reach the man, but he was unreachable. Another strange thing started happening. Days went by, and Dora began forgetting his face. Even when she remembered their moments together, she could only see his body. His face was always blurry. Eventually, she decided not to tell anyone and chose to move on with her life. But things in Dora's life slowly started falling apart. One random day, she lost her job. Besides her job, she had a side hustle, and that also failed. One day, a friend came to visit and complained of pain in her legs. Dora offered to massage her feet using massage oil. 2 weeks later, that friend was involved in a terrible accident, and both her legs had to be amputated. Another time, Dora prayed for her baby cousin who was about to sit for final exams. Before the exams even began, the baby cousin died. At first, Dora never linked these events to herself. But the next part of the story made her think, "Oh my God! I am the problem."